Why should we build our happiness on the opinions of others, when we can find it in our own hearts? A flower blossoms for its own joy. Happiness is like those palaces in fairy tales whose gates are guarded by dragons. We must fight in order to conquer it. Someday you will find out that there is far more happiness in another's happiness than in your own. Happiness and confidence are the prettiest things you can wear. Laughter is a sunbeam of the soul. The thing everyone should realize is that the key to happiness is being happy for yourself and yourself. Happiness depends upon ourselves. To be kind to all, to like many and love a few, to be needed and wanted by those we love, is certainly the nearest we can come to happiness. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. If you want happiness for an hour, take a nap. If you want happiness for a day, go fishing. If you want happiness for a year, inherit a fortune. If you want happiness for a lifetime, help someone else. Don't underestimate the value of doing nothing, of just going along, listening to all the things you can't hear, and not bothering. Some cause happiness wherever they go, others whenever they go. Happiness is not in the mere possession of money. It lies in the joy of achievement, in the thrill of creative effort. It's been my experience that you can nearly always enjoy things if you make up your mind firmly that you will. Since you get more joy out of giving joy to others, you should put a good deal of thought into the happiness that you are able to give. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. I would far rather be happy than right any day. The foolish man seeks happiness in the distance, the wise grows it under his feet. Happiness is nothing more than good health and a bad memory. I, not events, have the power to make me happy or unhappy today. I can choose which it shall be. Yesterday is dead, tomorrow hasn't arrived yet. I have just one day, today, and I'm going to be happy in it. The first recipe for happiness is, avoid too lengthy meditation on the past. Let us be grateful to the people who make us happy. They are the charming gardeners who make our souls blossom. Most people are about as happy as they make up their minds to be. If you want to be happy, set a goal that commands your thoughts, liberates your energy, and inspires your hopes. Tension is who you think you should be, relaxation is who you are. Happiness is not a station you arrive at, but a manner of traveling. Thousands of candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared. True happiness is not attained through self-gratification, but through fidelity to a worthy purpose. Blessed are those who can give without remembering and take without forgetting. Even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness, and the word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. It is far better to take things as they come along with patience and equanimity. When one door of happiness closes, another opens, but often we look so long at the closed door that we do not see the one that has been opened for us. Success is getting what you want. Happiness is wanting what you get. We all get report cards in many different ways, but the real excitement of what you're doing is in the doing of it. It's not what you're gonna get in the end, it's not the final curtain, it's really in the doing it, and loving what you're doing. The happiness of life is made up of the little charities of a kiss or smile, a kind look, a heartfelt compliment. Far better is it to dare mighty things, to win glorious triumphs even though checkered by failure, than to rank with those poor spirits who neither enjoy much nor suffer much, because they live in a grey twilight that knows not victory nor defeat. Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. There's nothing like deep breaths after laughing that hard. Nothing in the world like a sore stomach for the right reasons. Count your age by friends, not years. Count your life by smiles, not tears. If more of us valued food and cheer and song above hoarded gold, it would be a merrier world. The most important thing is to enjoy your life, to be happy. It's all that matters. Happiness is a warm puppy. Happiness is holding someone in your arms and knowing you hold the whole world. All happiness depends on courage and work. Let no one ever come to you without leaving better and happier. So we shall let the reader answer this question for himself. Who is the happier man? He who has braved the storm of life and lived, or he who has stayed securely on shore and merely existed? Now and then it's good to pause in our pursuit of happiness and just be happy. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Happiness is not the absence of problems, it's the ability to deal with them. Those who are not looking for happiness are the most likely to find it, because those who are searching forget that the surest way to be happy is to seek happiness for others. I'm choosing happiness over suffering. I know I am. I'm making space for the unknown future to fill up my life with yet to come surprises. Whoever is happy will make others happy. The greater part of our happiness or misery depends upon our dispositions, and not upon our circumstances. Happiness is not a possession to be prized. It is a quality of thought, a state of mind. Letting go gives us freedom, and freedom is the only condition for happiness. If, in our heart, we still cling to anything, anger, anxiety, or possessions, we cannot be free. The power of finding beauty in the humblest things makes home happy and life lovely. Action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action. If only we'd stop trying to be happy, we could have a pretty good time. Happiness is a risk. If you're not a little scared, then you're not doing it right. The more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate. There is no happiness like that of being loved by your fellow creatures, and feeling that your presence is an addition to their comfort. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power or our will. Happiness is a perfume you cannot pour on others without getting some on yourself. Everyone wants to live on top of the mountain, but all the happiness and growth occurs while you're climbing it. Just because you are happy, it does not mean that the day is perfect, but that you have looked beyond its imperfections. One must believe in the possibility of happiness in order to be happy. The secret of happiness is not in doing what one likes, but in liking what one does. Happiness only real when shared. You must be the best judge of your own happiness. One is happy as a result of one's own efforts once one knows the necessary ingredients of happiness: simple tastes, a certain degree of courage, self-denial to a point, love of work, and above all, a clear conscience. There is a kind of happiness and wonder that makes you serious. It is too good to waste on jokes. The reason people find it so hard to be happy is that they always see the past better than it was, the present worse than it is, and the future less resolved than it will be. I shall take the heart. For brains do not make one happy, and happiness is the best thing in the world. My happiness grows in direct proportion to my acceptance, and in inverse proportion to my expectations. Most people would rather be certain they're miserable than risk being happy. Happiness is a choice that requires effort at times. I do not think we have a right to happiness. If happiness happens, say thanks. Of all the means to ensure happiness throughout the whole life, by far the most important is the acquisition of friends. Got no checkbooks, got no banks. Still, I'd like to express my thanks. I've got the sun in the morning, and the moon at night. Do not look for happiness outside yourself. The awakened seek happiness inside.